All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Good timing. We are literally about to start this match. We also got the men's semi-final number 2 coming up as well with Shelton and Tien. We've been delayed in about an hour because of the rain, but we're here. We are ready to go. 15 love. Swiatek serving first. Who you got winning this one, chat? Remember, Svitolina's won the last 2 matches they played. She's won the last 2 matches in 3 setters. So this is going to be a tough one for Swiatek if she hits it long, 15-0. That was fast. Yeah, we're back. I was ready. Everything was set up and ready to go. I was prepared for this one as we'd have fallen from Svitolina into the forehand of Swiatek. Svitolina up the middle. Swiatek backhand goes the backhand of Svitolina into the forehand of Swiatek. Svitolina, pardon me, forehand again. As Svitolina hits a forehand winner. All right. And it's 15-30. Pardon me. 15-30. As we get a return from Svitolina. Swiatek forehand to the backhand of Svitolina. Into the backhand of Swiatek. Svitolina slice. And Swiatek backhand up the middle. Into the forehand is out. By the way, Swiatek doesn't like playing at night. This is a night match. And I know Swiatek was a favorite, but I tell you, I picked Swiatek to win, but maybe I should have picked Svitolina because I feel like the night conditions that Swiatek doesn't like to play in are going to be a problem. And she hasn't played a night match for the entire week, right? She's played during the day every day, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I wonder if that's going to... I wonder if maybe we should have brought that up in the preview. All right, 15-40. As a return, goes long. Swiatek saves 1. 30-40. I wonder why. Why Swiatek... I don't think Swiatek liked staying up late. I think that might be the reason. I don't think she likes to stay up late. I think that might be the problem. Like, it's not really about, like... I mean, she's playing first, so she won't be up until, like past midnight, you would expect. But maybe she just doesn't like late nights. Anyway, Svitolina passing shot. Swiatek volleys. Svitolina lob. Swiatek with a smash. Svitolina gets it back. As it a backhand, Swiatek cross court. That's just too good. Great rally by both. By the way, two top 10 clashes in these matches, by the way. All right, deuce. Swiatek survives. I've got Shelton taking on Tien coming up as well, so stay tuned as I set that up as well. And then, of course, we've got Gauff versus Raducanu, the forbidden match, which may not happen if it's going to rain. It may not happen. It stay forbidden. All right, Swiatek a deuce. As the return goes out by Svitolina, advantage Swiatek. Advantage Swiatek. Advantage Swiatek to take the first game of the match as she faults. Second serve. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Svitolina. Backhand of Swiatek into the backhand of Svitolina. Swiatek backhand again. Svitolina goes up the line and wide, and it's 1-love Swiatek. 1-0 Swiatek. Why is there a 3-point delay? Stupid. I have no idea. You're going to have to call your provider. All right. Swiatek holds to start this match. Here we go. Here we go. Swiatek on the board. Is that gate to around the tennis couch? It is, yeah. There is a gate around the couch. All right, here we go. Svitolina to serve. The last 2 times they've played, Svitolina's won the first set, and Swiatek's had to fight back to win. So this first set is very important. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, all the matches that Svitolina has won she's won the first set. So all the matches that Swiatek has won, she's lost the first set. So she's won the first set too. And so basically what I'm saying is the winner of the first set wins the match. Is from what I can remember. Let me double check. All right, Swiatek wins the first point of this game, love 15. So Svitolina, so the winner of the first set wins the match in this rivalry. 7 times they've played. They played 3 times on hard courts, and it's actually 2-1 Swiatek, but Svitolina won this year in Indian Wells. They played 3 times on clay and 1 on grass. Swiatek's won 2 out of the 3 on grass. But yeah, whoever wins the first set wins the match. That's how this matchup goes. So first set is very, very important. Love 15. As a return goes in the back of Svitolina. 4 now from Swiatek. He's a winner. Love 30. All right, love 30. Svitolina already in trouble. Love 30. And she serves a fault to Svitolina. Second serve. Serving to the forehand Swiatek. Return goes forehand to Svitolina. Swiatek forehand up the line. Svitolina slices it back. And Swiatek forehand again. Svitolina backhand again. The forehand Swiatek into the forehand Svitolina. Swiatek backhand. The backhand is Svitolina. Swiatek backhand again. As Svitolina goes into the backhand of Swiatek again. Down to the forehand of Swiatek. And Swiatek whips it cross court for a winner. Love 40. Love 40. Swiatek. Already with a break point. As we return into the forehand of Svitolina, and that's a return inside out winner from Svitolina. And it's 15-40, 1 saved. $15-40. Still break points. Serve out wide. The forehand Swiatek. Return goes forehand Svitolina. Swiatek forehand again. The forehand Svitolina. Into the forehand Swiatek up the line. Svitolina backhand. Into the backhand Swiatek. Svitolina with the forehand cross court. Swiatek gets it back. Svitolina again with the forehand to the forehand Swiatek. Swiatek hits it out. And it's 30-40. 2 saved. 30-40. All right, serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. By the way, chat, we're almost at 200 likes. Don't forget to like the stream while you're coming in. You might have liked the last stream and forgotten to like the new one. All right, return goes backhand of Svitolina. Backhand of Swiatek in the middle. Still break point here for Swiatek. There's Svitolina backhand on the stretch. Swiatek goes cross-court with the backhand. Svitolina gets it back. Swiatek goes up the middle to the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek. Forehand again, the forehand of Svitolina. And then Svitolina with another forehand. There's going forehand to forehand at the moment. Then Swiatek goes down the line, but misses. With her forehand. Deuce. Now we get to deuce. Svitolina serves from love, 40 down. Svitolina then hits it out. And it's advantage Swiatek. You pronounce these names well? Thank you. I try. I try. All right, advantage Swiatek. To take the break. Serving to the forehand of Swiatek. Return that goes back to Svitolina. Svitolina hits wide. There it is. Break Swiatek to start this match. 2 love. 2-0. All right. Now we got Shelton and Tien about to pop off as well. So we'll get that started in a minute. And kick this doubleheader off again. Also, we got Raducanu taking on Gauff as well after this ladies' match. As a return. Goes into the forehand of Swiatek, and Swiatek puts it away. All right, 15 love. 15 love. As a return goes to forehand, Swiatek back in Svitolina in the net. 30 love. I tell you, Swiatek is in a hurry. All right, 30 love. Shelton's come out on court with Tien. All right, as that goes the net by Swiatek, and it's 30-15. Tien, by the way, has got his elbow taped up. His left elbow. All right, 30-15 Swiatek. Chat room is at 200 likes. Do you see the old Iga here? Ask me at the end of this match. I think it's too soon. I think she's played the last 2 matches she's shown her what she can do, but ask me at the end of this match, because the result of this match will definitely matter. As that goes the net by Svitolina, 40-15. Because if she is able to win the same way she beat Schneider, then that's a long way. But she's still got to beat Raducanu and Gauff in the final. Either player, I mean, that's super, super tough. I think she needs to beat Gauff. She hasn't beaten Gauff for so long, and that was never the case, right? So if she does win this match and then beats Coco, you've got to think that she's back. At least the confidence has to be back, because there's 2 players there in Svitolina and Gauff that she hasn't beaten for a while. So, but we'll wait and see. We're only 1 break in the first set here, so we're not even close. 400 rally. And Svitolina into the back of Swiatek. Back in Svitolina again, the back of Swiatek. Svitolina wins the point. Swiatek hits along, and it's 40-30. 40-30. All right, Shelton and Tien are warming up. Someone in the crowd's making noise, and the umpire does not like it. All right, 40-30. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Svitolina backhand return. Into the backhand Swiatek. Forehand from Svitolina. To the backhand Swiatek. Svitolina cross-court forehand wide. It's 3-love Swiatek. What a start. 3-love to Iga. All right. Let me get this sorted. All right. Welcome back. We're back for the second men's semi between Tien and Shelton. The winner plays Nakashima, who just took out Hoda in a close straight sets. We've got Swiatek taking on Svitolina as well. And Swiatek's off to a great start. 3-love. So there you go. That's everything. And we've also got Gauff versus Raducanu coming up next as well. So much happening. Hey, thank you, Juvian, for the gift in the chat. Appreciate it. If I could just get rid of that alarm noise, that buzz noise, it would be so much better. But I appreciate it. Thank you for the 1,000 jewels for the loot box. I don't know what any of that meant, but it sounds. Thank you for the 1,000 jewels. I have no idea what. I don't understand, but it's so great. That's very generous, I think. Is it generous? I sound 1,000's a lot, but I appreciate it. I don't know how much 1,000 is, and it makes the chat look interesting too because the chat pops off. That looked cool. Yeah, that was awesome. Shout out to Juvian for that. Let me check. What's going on with that? I think you get a couple of free ones, Chad. If you do click on the little gift next to the $, you do get some free jewels to play with, which sounds super weird, but you know. 1,000 jewels, like $20. So I appreciate that. It's very generous. Again, we're all learning this. Yeah, like $10, $20. Yeah, it's very generous. Keep it up. No worries. Thank you. And thanks for being a member as well. All right. Here we go. Love 15. Swiatek already got the break 3-love. Tien and Shelton are about to kick off as well. So big night of tennis. Rain delayed, but we're here. Also tomorrow, the matches in Cincinnati start, which is really annoying. Nothing worse than watching a final, but also first round Draper's playing. Like, what are we doing? It's so dumb. Can we finish Canada before we go to Cincinnati? Do we have to have an overlap? Does that not scream like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do 1 week. We should do 2 week. We shouldn't do 2-week Masters if we don't have 2 weeks to spare. Like, you know what I mean? Seems kind of silly that we're still going to be watching the Canada final, but then also first round Cincy. It's like, why are we doing this? We obviously don't have enough time in the day. We need to. Come on, let's stop trying to squeeze this sport for every dime. You know, let's just give the players a chance to breathe. It's going to return. Also, the final deserves its own spotlight. Why is Cincinnati getting in the way? 15-30. Up the line now from Swiatek. As Svitolina backhand, the backhand Swiatek. Into the forehand Svitolina. Swiatek forehand. Into the backhand of Svitolina. But Svitolina no good. 15-40. 15-40. It's not even the rain's fault. Because tomorrow, the first round was always going to start tomorrow. So it's not even the rain's fault. It's the schedule's fault. Day 1 Cincinnati is at the same time as the final of Canada. It's like Canada don't even get their own limelight. They have to share it with Cincinnati day 1. But Cincinnati have got like Draper playing. So it's like, again, it doesn't make sense that like people are going to want to watch Draper and not even watch the final of Canada. Like that's just not a good thing. You know what I mean? 30-40. They'll figure it out one day. They'll figure it out. As the return goes in the back of the Svitolina, forehand Swiatek. But Svitolina hit it out. There's the 4-love lead Swiatek's in a bakery mood. People are still trying to find their seats after the long rain delays. 4-love. Double break Swiatek. Svitolina is just not locked in at all right now. All right, 4-love Swiatek. All right, Shelton serving first against Tien. I'm going to go Shelton in 3. As it'll back in now from Tien goes long. 15-love. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Draper's playing tomorrow. I think I saw that in the schedule. As with a forehand goes out by Svitolina. All right, Swiatek, 15-love. $15-love. As Tien with a forehand cross court. Back in a forehand from Shelton on the stretch goes long, 15-0. As the serve from Swiatek goes in the forehand, Svitolina, and then the backhand from Swiatek goes long. And it's 15-0. Draper Landaluce first round. Yeah, that's a good match, but they have to put it, it's on the same time as Canada. It's silly. Because also the Canadian finals will be at the same time as well. So you've got 3 tournaments basically at the same time. But yeah, it just seems very. It seems like it just doesn't make sense to do that. There's a forehand rally up the line from Swiatek. That's a good shot. Svitolina gets it back. Swiatek backhand inside out. Svitolina goes with a pass. Oh, I think she just missed. No, it landed in. It was good. What a shot by Svitolina. Oh, barely hit the line. 15-30. Great shot from Svitolina. Great pass. Just enough on it. All right, 15-30. Swiatek in a little trouble here. And Shelton gets to 30-15. As he tries to win the first game of his match. Winner of that match plays Nakashima. All right. As that goes in the net by Svitolina. 30-0. Serve again from Swiatek. Into the forehand of Svitolina, but it's a fault. Second serve. 30-0 also for Shelton. Did I see the eclipse? I did. Well, I didn't see it not at my house, but I saw it on TV. As Svitolina hits a return, but Swiatek doesn't react. It lands in. 30-40 on both courts. Tien's got a break point, and Svitolina's got a break back point. Beautiful backhand return winner by Svitolina. $30-40. As Tien hits it long and Shelton gets the deuce. Serve Swiatek. Here's a let. You watched it live? Nice. Yeah, my cousin was in Spain, watched it live. Super lucky. Great moment. And a bit of fault from Swiatek, second serve. Swiatek serves again. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Back in now from Swiatek. Svitolina hits it long on the forehand and we get the deuce. Svitolina's not happy with that shot. All right, deuce. All right, Shelton trying to get the first game. As he hits a forehand inside out at the backhand of Tien. Forehand from Shelton, cross court. Tien slices it back. And then Shelton goes again. The forehand of Tien. Into the forehand of Shelton, but Tien hit it long. 1-love Shelton. As Swiatek backhand into the slice of Svitolina. Forehand in the net by Swiatek. You. Terrible shot. The scoreboard is wrong. Why is it wrong? What do you mean? I don't know what you're saying. The scoreboard is not wrong. You're wrong. Advantage Svitolina. Advantage Svitolina. Get back one of the breaks. Serve to the backhand of Svitolina. Return goes to forehand Swiatek. Svitolina again to the forehand Swiatek up the line. It's a great shot. Svitolina gets it back. Swiatek hits it wide. Break back. One of the breaks back. 4-1. Swiatek with the break still. Oh, it fixed itself? Okay. No. It's all good. Everything's fine. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. All right, 4-1. Swiatek with the break. Singular break. All right, Shelton hits a forehand in the net. It's 15-love. But yeah, Tien's got his elbow wrapped. His left elbow, which is his hitting arm. So we'll see whether or not that is going to be an issue. Do you still think Coco plays today, Cam? What's the time? 9 p.m. I think she will. I think Raducanu and Coco will start, but I don't know. Is it supposed to rain, or are we fine for the rest of the night in Toronto? Because it definitely determines whether or not it rains. Because I mean, even if it rained now, this match might not finish tonight. So it's probably dependent on if it rains. If it rains for like 20 minutes, we might be screwed, right? It's like, because it's getting late. It's already 9 o'clock. 9 p.m., right? So I'm going to say they play if it doesn't rain. Because this first set's going close. Going quick. Thank you, whatever that was. Thank you, Nardi, for the 10 joules. Appreciate it. All right. 4-1. As we had a fault from Svitolina, second serve. Serving to the backhand of Swiatek, forehand from Svitolina. Svitolina in the net, left 15. Also Shelton, Tien levels, 1-1. 1-1. Svitolina serves again. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes to forehand Svitolina. Forehand from Swiatek. Into the forehand Svitolina. Swiatek backhand. To the backhand Svitolina. And Swiatek goes again. The backhand Svitolina. And Svitolina hits a long. Love 30. Love 30. Chance for Swiatek to get the double break again. Love 30. Montreal is in Canada. Yes. All right. Serve is a fault. Second serve. A new drinking game. Take a shot every time Iga hits it out. Why? Why would you do that? Serve. Into the back of Swiatek. Return. Into the backhand of Svitolina. Swiatek backhand up the line in the net. Doesn't count. Don't drink. 15-30. Is Canada or Cincinnati faster courts? Cincy's faster. I don't know what the court speeds are in Canada this year, but Cincy is usually faster, yeah. 15-30. As the return goes in forehand of Svitolina. Forehand of Swiatek again. The forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand. Again to the forehand of Svitolina. They're just going cross court at the moment. Then Swiatek hits it into the back of Svitolina. Into the forehand of Swiatek now as they go cross court. Forehands again. Swiatek up the line again. Svitolina gets it back. Swiatek backhand down the line. As Svitolina in the net with a forehand. And it's 15-40. All right. Swiatek to get back the double break and to serve for the set. Also, Tien is 15-30. He's a chance to get a break point here. Served in the tee. Return goes in. No, it doesn't. It goes in the net by Swiatek. 30-40. Still break point. Sorry, Cam was responding to someone. That's all right. Just the way you said it. Like, Montreal's in Canada. Yes. It is. All right. 30-40. 1 ruby equals 0.01. Okay, I don't know what's a ruby. We don't have rubies. You mean jewels? As it affordable line to the back end of Svitolina. Backhand from Swiatek. Svitolina slice. And Swiatek with a forehand again. Into the slice of Svitolina. Swiatek comes in. No, she doesn't. She sets back. Forehand. Cross court. Swiatek is going to be too good as she gets the double break. 5-1 Swiatek. She'll serve for it. Very nice hitting by Swiatek. Just patient. She's just patiently hitting the ball. She's not overhitting. She's not trying to be too aggressive. Just patient. Very smart hitting. 30-40 Tien. Break point. And Shelton serves an ace down the tee. That's a big serve. Deuce. The bakery is open for business. All right. 400 rally. Swiatek serve for the set. As Svitolina again, the forehand of Swiatek. Svitolina. Forehand cross court. That's a great shot. Love 15. As Shelton gets to advantage to to take the lead. Here in Cincinnati, we had bad storms yesterday, and a branch fell off an oak tree across the street from me. Oh, stay safe. That's scary. That's scary. Stay safe. Me already lost. Hodar bet. Any tennis expert say please who wins? Yeah, look, you're in the wrong place. We're not tennis experts here. We're just a bunch of fans. So you're in the wrong place. 15-0. Also, like, you already lost against Hodar. Maybe you should call it a night. I don't know. Maybe you should just, skip this one and just come back tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know. Don't chase the loss. That's a bad idea. Terrible idea. But what I know, you're an adult. Just adult responsibly. 30-15. Swiatek 2 points away from the first set. 30-15. Swiatek serves again. There's a fault. Second serve. As a return goes in the back of Swiatek, and Swiatek gets wide. 30-0. Svitolina trying to get back one of those breaks. All right, advantage Tien, by the way. Shelton's already hit 10 unforced errors in this match. That is not good from Shelton. Advantage Tien to get the break. Yeah, Shelton's already hit 3 winners and 10 errors. Remember yesterday when he hit 1 error? 3 errors for the match. Remember that? Tien's hit no winners, but 6 errors. But that's standard. He doesn't usually hit winners. But Shelton with the 3 winners, 10 errors is not good. His forehand, 6 errors on forehand already for Shelton. Yuck. All right, 30-0. There's been a double fault Swiatek, and it's 30-40. Yeah, Shelton is not the same guy as yesterday right now. All right, 30-40. Swiatek serves. Into the forehand, Svitolina return the net. We get the deuce. All right, Shelton gets to advantage. Swiatek tries to get this first set. As the return goes into the forehand of Svitolina. Back in now from Swiatek. Svitolina backing up the line to win up. Advantage Svitolina. Advantage Svitolina. To take back one of the breaks. Shelton ends up holding. By the way, Canada's going to get an American champion, so be happy about that if you're America's going to get a champion on the men's side. All right, advantage Svitolina. Serve again. Into the backhand is a double fault Swiatek. Svitolina takes the break back, but she's still down a break and she still has to hold. And that's been the hardest part. She hasn't been able to hold at all in this match so far. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Jeff, for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to like the video. We're almost at 300 likes. Don't forget to like the video as you walk in the door. Or if you've been in the door, maybe you thought you liked the video, you liked the last video, which is a different stream. All right. 5-2 for Swiatek. Don't gamble, you will lose money. That is true. All right. These rains are causing a lot of chaos in the schedule. I mean, we've been pretty all right today. Yesterday, obviously, was a bit of a shit show, like the day before yesterday, but today's been all right. I mean, yeah, okay, we've been delayed an hour on the women's side. But I think we're all right. As long as it doesn't rain, we should be okay. It still kind of blows my mind that they didn't put like one match in the day, one at night. They put both at night. Like that seems to be that's a lot of pressure to be putting on. I mean, maybe it's so that if it did rain during the day, they wouldn't have a clash at night. I don't know, but yeah. Usually these tournaments don't put two matches on at night. Do they though? Maybe Indian Wells do that. Maybe they do. Can't think. I feel like the men's side of things, there's usually one afternoon, one night match on average in the semis. All right, 15 love. Svitolina trying to hold serve for the first time. Do you know what time the Canadian finals are tomorrow? I have no idea. Forehand goes wide by Swiatek, and it's 30 love. Yeah, maybe because it's a weeknight. That's a good point too. Yeah, maybe because it's during the week, which again is so stupid. What are we? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. What a dumb thing to do. What a stupid idea. Like that, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we're gonna have a Wednesday. What is it? Wednesday? Yeah, we're gonna have a Wednesday semifinal. Then you have to put them at night because everyone's at work. Like, what a dumb idea. We're gonna do a Thursday final. They have to be at night then, right? Because otherwise no one's going to show up. Everyone has to go to work. It's just so, come on. So silly. Who thought of this idea? Who thought of this? It's just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. It's so silly. 30-15. Svitolina slicing the forehand Swiatek. To the forehand Svitolina. Swiatek. Again to the forehand Svitolina. Swiatek keeps the forehand rally going. And Swiatek up the line. Svitolina backhand cross court. Into the backhand Swiatek. Good angle. Svitolina slices back. And then Swiatek forehand again to the backhand Svitolina. Swiatek. Cross forehand. Svitolina up the line wide. 30-all. Swiatek 2 points away from the first. 30-all also for Tien. He's in trouble. Rant number 10,000. Yeah. And counting. All right. Never ends. I'll stop ranting when they start making better decisions for the fans and the players. 30-all. There's a 4-4 rally. As Svitolina goes in the forehand of Swiatek again. Backhand Svitolina. Swiatek again to the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand again to the forehand of Svitolina. They go forehand again. Svitolina goes again to the Swiatek forehand, who goes up the line of the back of Svitolina. Swiatek on the attack comes in with a forehand straight to Svitolina. And then the volley winner by Swiatek. We got a set point. 30-40. Iga to take the first set. And Svitolina hasn't been able to hold serve at all. All right. 30-40. All right, Shelton gets the deuce on the TN serve. As Svitolina comes in and puts it away. Okay. Deuce. Now we get the deuce. As TN makes the error, and it's advantage Shelton. He's got a break point, Shelton, to get the break. As that goes down by Swiatek on the return. Advantage Svitolina. By the way, Chad, I'm trying to think. Is Svitolina the best Ukrainian player of all time? She's got to be, right? Because I can't think of many more that are like more accomplished than her. Is she the greatest Ukrainian player of all time? Maybe. No, actually, no. Sorry, she's not. She's not. I clicked. I just clicked. In the 90s, it was Medvedev. So, my bad. But on the women's side, she's got to be, right? Andre Medvedev was because he made like a Grand Slam final, and I don't know what his other accomplishments were. Did he win Monte Carlo? Maybe. But she's got to be the greatest player on the women's side. I can't think of many more, unless there is somebody that I'm missing. As that goes out by Swiatek, and it's advantage Svitolina. Andre was the original Medvedev, yeah. I mean, he was up 2 sets to love against Agassi in the French Open. And he was right there for a Grand Slam. As a backhand in the net by Svitolina, back to deuce. Tien, by the way, still can't hold. He's got another chance, though, advantage. Kostyuk will surpass her. I don't know, though, because Svitolina's got the WTA Finals trophy, multiple 1000s. She hasn't made a final of a slam, but she's made multiple semis. So maybe Kostyuk's made multiple semis now, too. Kostyuk is for sure going to try and challenge Svitolina's career as the best Ukrainian. But I don't know. Svitolina's got a lot of things going for her. Like, she's got a good resume. Just hasn't got a Grand Slam final, which is a bit crazy. But still very, very accomplished career. Like, it's going to take a bit for Kostyuk to beat her, to be better. Game. 5-3. Svitolina holds. Swiatek's going to serve the set again. And Shelton cannot break. It's 2-0. Anna Kournikova was for me. I like watching her. Yeah, but she wasn't Ukrainian. So what are you talking about? different, totally different country. Different player. Not related to this conversation. Serve. Into the forehand of Svitolina. And then the backhand pass goes wide by Svitolina. It's 15-love. Well, she was, but she didn't play for the Ukraine. There's a difference. She represented Russia, right? She played for Russia. 15-love. As a forehand now from Swiatek's a winner. 30 love. Shelton's also at 30 love. As that goes in there on the serve from Swiatek, second serve. Shelton hits a lovely forehand winner. 40 love Shelton. Swiatek serves again. As the return goes in from Svitolina to the back and Swiatek backhand. Hey, is that George St. Pierre? What's on his head? Hair. It's just hair. All right, 40 love. GSP is in the house watching Shelton. Chad, I know ball. I know things. See, Chad, I know things. He's French-Canadian too. I know many things. Anyways, set points. Backhand return into the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand Svitolina up the line is a winner. 40-15. Shelton takes the lead 3-2. Arguably the greatest welterweight of all time. GSP, right? Where are the UFC fans at? Where are the MMA fans at? Isn't GSP like the greatest welterweight of all time? As a return, goes to the forehand of Swiatek, up the line and long by Swiatek, 40-30. It is his head. Yeah, it just looked like the guy's shoulder behind. It looked like he had a big bar on his head. I couldn't see it. It's weird seeing GSP with hair. Yeah. It's my favorite fighter. He was in the Captain America Winter Soldier movie too. He plays one of the bad guys. And like a cameo appearance. True story. Anyways, 40-30. When they're on the boat. And he fights Captain America. Anyways, forehand now from Svitolina into the forehand of Swiatek. Svitolina up the line and long. There's the set. It wasn't easy though. Swiatek had to work for it in the end. And it's 6-3 first set. I got an awesome signed GSP poster framed in my room. Hey, nice. He's the MMA GOAT. Svitolina loves a comeback. Well, she's just she was fighting back in the end there, but it was maybe a little bit too far back. 6-3. First set. Remember when Swiatek lost a set to Kostyuk and everyone was screaming how Swiatek was finished? Yeah, but that's what everyone does that. Like so many people do that. They want to write Swiatek off for whatever reason. Like the second she starts losing, it's like, oh, see, she is the worst player ever, and she was lucky that she won that many slams. Okay. All right, 3-2. As we get a serve from Tien. There's a double fault. 15-0. UFC hockey and tennis is all I really watch. Nice. All right. 15-0 is going to serve. There's a fault from Tien. Second serve. I'll have to watch that again, Cam. Never knew that he was in the Winter Soldier. Yeah. Yeah, he plays one of he doesn't play like the main bad guy, but he plays one of the henchmen almost, I think it might be. Do I watch esports? No. I watch Twitch. Does that count? Does that count? All right. Through 15-30 here. Tien in a little trouble. There's a forehand now from Tien to the forehand of Shelton. Tien forehand again. Into the forehand of Shelton, but Tien hits along. And it's 15-40. Shelton with 2 more break points. George St. Pierre was in Captain America? Yeah. Didn't it? Is that news? I thought people knew that. Yeah, he was the guy who wears like a red jacket and I can't remember the character's name. I want to say it was like I can't remember. It was like, I think it was like Baroque or something. Anyways, 4-2. Shelton breaks. He gets the break. Tien is looking a little shabby out there at the moment. By the way, tomorrow night is the final of the men's. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. is the final. So it's actually a late night match, kind of. They're not Obama. I said Betrock, is it? Betrock. There you go. See, I was close. All right. 15 love has been a 4-game winner. I'll tell you this, though. If the women's schedule comes out and says that they're playing earlier, then that's good. I respect that. If they're putting the men's final on at 8 p.m. because the women's final starts at 6 p.m., I'm fine with that. That's a good schedule because then they're actually coordinated. But if the women's final's on at 8 p.m., I'm going to fucking lose it. I'm going to go crazy because that is silly. Like, they can spread these finals out. They don't have to have them at the same time. Semi-finals, whatever. But for the final, you can put one on before the other and coordinate it. Double fault Svitolina, 30-15. If the women's final's on at the same time as the men's, I'm going to flip. Do they usually talk and coordinate? I don't know. I can't remember. I'm sure they do for the final because they don't want to have two finals on at the same time. At least the broadcasters don't. Anyway, Shelton with the serve volley, 15-0. He's got the break 4-2. As Svitolina flying up the line at the back of Swiatek. Swiatek hits it wide, 40-15. Yeah, please don't have them at the same time. Please. Please, for the love of God. I'm sick of these schedules being side by side. Let's get to Cincinnati. And we can watch one match at a time. Tien looks out of sorts. He does. He's got his arm strapped up, so I wonder if that's bothering him. All right, 30-15 Shelton. Good ace out wide as Svitolina comes to the net and puts away the winner. And Svitolina's got the first game of the second. 1 love. Shelton, by the way, currently at a 7.7 performance rating. It's getting better. 7.1 for Tien. Shelton did hit 10 errors. Now he's up to 12 winners and only 12 errors. So he's only at 2 errors in the last few games, which has cleaned it up a lot. Shelton's returns are actually really, really good. 8.9. His forehand's bad, but his forehand's letting him down, Shelton. But and I wonder if that's because he's playing a lefty. Because when lefties play lefties, it's a different, like the forehand's different. Like he would be hitting forehand to backhand, right? Against a righty. Because he's playing against Tien, who's a lefty as well. His forehand, maybe there's a bit more pressure on his forehand to go up the line, which he wouldn't normally do because being a lefty, you maybe pick on the backhand. Yeah, maybe a thought. Anyways, as that goes out by Tien and Shelton goes to 5-2. I think Shelton's record against lefties, if I can remember, was it not that good? Who were we talking about before? Whose record? We're talking about somebody's record. Lefties versus lefties was not good. I can't remember who it was. I don't think maybe it was Shelton. Was it Shelton versus lefties is like 50-50? All right. Shelton 5-2. We watched, it might have been no, it wasn't Eala. Can't remember. It was Fonseca. Oh, we're talking about Fonseca against lefties. Okay. Oh yeah, because that's when he played Shelton. That's okay. That makes more sense. Okay, now I'm back. All right, that was when we played. Yeah, he played Shelton, so that's why we're talking about it. I'm like, why would we be talking about that? Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see what Shelton's record against lefties is. 21 wins, 11 losses. So that's pretty good. Hasn't beaten Tien though, but he has beaten a bunch of lefties, including 2 last week before losing to a lefty with in Tabilo. But yeah, not bad. All right, Svitolina 15-30. Yeah, Tien's starting to poke his arm. He's got like his whole elbow taped. Tien. I don't think he plays Cincy. His elbow is he's struggling. Did he have a tape on his elbow in the last match? He's played some tough matches, Tien. He had a tough one against Monfils in the first round, and then the last round, he had an easy match in the quarters, but he's still got that tape, which he's probably lucky that he's not had a tough match. All right, 15-40, break points, Svitolina. The arm's being taped every match? Okay. So he's been dealing with it from Washington, maybe. As Tien hits in the net, he can't get power, man. Love 30. Like, his arm is powerless. Shelton's won 14 of the last 16 points. All right, 15-40, Svitolina to get the break. As Swiatek up the line. Hits the line somehow. How did that go in? How did that go in by Swiatek? How did that go in? 30-40. Who's my pick between Gauff or Raducanu? Coco. Oh, wait. Ladies' final. Hang on. Oh, it is 2 hours early. All right. Good work, Canada. Good work. Let's just hope it doesn't rain. So the men's final is on 2 hours after the ladies, even though they're in different cities. Good work, Canada. Good work. Let's hope it doesn't rain so then we actually get them on time. All right, 30-40, break point still for Svitolina, backhand. Shelton's got set points, by the way, at love 40. As it a backhand again into the forehand of Swiatek, forehand from Svitolina. Swiatek again to the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand again, up the line. Svitolina gets it back. As Swiatek forehand in the net. There's the break. And also in the net by Tien, and Shelton gets the first set 6-2. All right, Svitolina 2-love in the second. Remember, chat, the person who wins the first set of the Svitolina-Swiatek clash wins the match. That's a fact. Every time. 7 out of 7. First set wins the match. 7 out of 7. All right, Shelton, first set, 6-2. Shelton takes the first. Tien doesn't look... I mean, he looks bothered by that arm. Like, he doesn't look in a good way at all. He just can't hit the ball. He can't hit the ball hard, Tien. He's just pushing it around. 4 break points for Tien. They were all at the start of the match. And Shelton broke twice. 2 out of 3. 7.9 for Shelton in the performance rating. And a 6.7 for Tien. 3 winners, 18 errors from Tien. All across the board, too. It wasn't just one shot. Every shot had bad. He was hitting errors everywhere. And Shelton with the 13 winners and 12 errors, his forehand was a problem for him. But yeah, Tien is not playing well. Hitting a lot of errors. And that elbow is got to be the factor. He's even trying to stretch it out now. He's not playing next week. He's not playing next week, Tien. There's no way. Tien shouldn't play next week. If he's got a bad elbow, you're not playing next week. No chance. As Svitolina wins a marathon rally, 30-love. Yeah, Tien's out next week. He can't be playing. No shot. Not before a US Open. That's crazy. Elbow injury before the US Open? No chance. Not going to play. Shouldn't play. He shouldn't play. All right. Svitolina, 30-love. Did somebody say momentum? She has won 4 of the last 5 games, including 2 at the end of the last set. All right. Nice serving, Svitolina. 40-love. 40-love. Svitolina to take a 3-love lead in the second. And that goes in the net by Swiatek. 3-love Svitolina. 1 hour played. All right. Svitolina has won 5 of the last 6 games. Super impressive. Pardon me. Yeah, you don't want to mess around with the elbow. Exactly. WTA final in Toronto is scheduled at 6 p.m. Yep. Watch that tomorrow. All right. 30-love Shelton. Shelton kind of cruising at the moment. 40 love. I don't know if Tien's going to finish this match. Tien might not make it out of this match. 40 love. Shelton serves again. Into the backhand of Tien. Tien hits a wide. Shelton. 1 love in the second. I tell you. Shelton Nakashima final. Should be interesting. Should be interesting. All right. I'm going to send you to the moon. I'm going to send you to the moon if you made that up. With no hesitation. 15-0 Tien. All right, 3 love Svitolina. As the return goes in the front of Swiatek. Svitolina forehand. Into the back of Swiatek. Svitolina. Oh, no. Swiatek in the net. And Swiatek's just throwing her arms up. Like, what's going on? Yeah, Dutchy, that's not real, is it? Love 15. I didn't see anything. Not real. Shame. Shame on you. Misleading chat like that. Send it to me or it's not real. Send it to me and you can stay. As that goes out by Svitolina, 15-0. We're just out by Svitolina, 15-0. As that goes out by Swiatek, Svitolina is running away with the second set, 15-30. All right, 40-30. You need to provide proof. Send it to me or it's not real. It states. States where? Who says it? Not real if you don't send it. You're the only one saying it. And you've also been timed out 50 times or so. So, I mean, I don't trust you. As it a backhand passing shot in the net by Swiatek, 15-40. Where is it state? Where are you seeing this? You're not even giving us any information of when. Like, where are you seeing this? Are you seeing it in your dreams? Like, what are you saying? Yeah. It's BS. All right, advantage Shelton. Advantage Shelton. To get the break in the second set and chance for a double break here for Svitolina. But Swiatek gets a backhand win up the line, 30-40. It's not fake news, but in 2025 she withdrew. Yeah, see, this is why I do what I do, and you just sit back and listen, all right? Out here quoting, last year. She didn't play last year. Crazy. 30-40. As we find out from Swiatek, volley from Svitolina off the tape is a winner. Oh no! Swiatek's in big, big trouble now. Svitolina's won 6 of the last 7 games. And it's 4-love in the second. Shelton also breaks and flexes. Cameraman knew what to do. Went straight to the veins on the bicep. He's like, zoom in on that arm. Check that arm out. Little fist bump from mum and dad. Great play by Shelton. Shelton's got the break in the second. That drop shot was insane. That is a crazy drop shot. Shelton is so scary, and I love it. I love it, chat. Lock your door. Shelton's on a rampage. 2-love. I love the fist bump between mum and dad, though. They're just like, good drop shot. I taught him that. Papa and Mum and Shelton are just like, taking credit for that shot. Yeah, that's our shot. Yeah, we did that. We taught him that. 15-love. Shelton. Swiatek, by the way, just trying to get the board. 15-0. Yeah, thanks, Dutchy. See, I knew you'd be on it. All right. Svitolina makes an error, 15-30. And a lob from Shelton, but Tien puts away the smash, 15-0. Now, look, if you made a mistake and you thought you misread it and you saw that it was 2025 and not 2026, I'll accept that. But if you ever do that again, I feel like, I don't want to use the word fake news because I feel like that's such a cringy term at this point, but if you just make things up in the chat, that should be automatically out of forever. Like, that shouldn't even be a warning. We take that shit so seriously. Like, this channel's based on news. Like, if you're coming in and making things up or getting things totally wrong, and then doubling down that you're right but you're wrong, like, that's so ridiculous. Like, that is such a... That's why I said you got to send it to me or it's not real. You need to send me the information or it's not real, because that's what Dutchy does, and that's what Gene does, and that's what Deb does, and you got to send it to me or it's not real. Hadar, all those people, send it to me. Because if you don't send it to me, I can't double check, and I can't see it anywhere on the internet. So you're reading someone else. You're reading yourself. You're reading something that you wrote yourself. All right, Deuce. And we get to Deuce. Yeah, DJ. I mean, look, there's a lot of reliable sources in the chat. All right, Svitolina in the net. Crazy. So for the record, chat, Eala is playing Cincinnati. She's fine. She's not withdrawn. She's playing. So don't worry. Unless I get confirmation from the person who's claiming that she's withdrawn. 3-love Shelton. So then I can double check where they found their information. All right, advantage Swiatek to get one of the breaks back. Advantage Swiatek. By the way, Shelton is cruising at the moment. As a back and return from Swiatek, the back end of Svitolina. Swiatek up the line. To the front of Svitolina. Swiatek forward again. Svitolina. Up the line winner. What a shot. All right. Deuce. Beautiful shot. Should get stumped out for fake news. I agree. You got to block those people without warning? Yeah. Yep. So chat's in agreement. So you gotta cite sources or else it didn't happen. Especially when you're the only one saying it. That's the thing, right? If everybody was saying it, I'd be like, oh shit, okay. But when one person says it and then stands by it, you gotta send me stuff. Otherwise, because nobody else is reading that, nobody else is saying that. You know what I mean? Like, you saw it, you got to tell me, because no one else has seen it. You're the only person in the world that has seen that Eala's withdrawn, and she hasn't. No one else, especially Dutchie, who is always on everything. Dutchie sends it before the tournament sends it. Like, which again makes me just think, oh, I didn't read your questions enough. You need to go and say something stupid so then everyone can acknowledge you. Like, why are you doing this? As Svitolina holds 5-love. Like, it's like almost the number one rule here. Like, don't lie about the news. Crazy. It stresses everybody out. Everybody gets stressed out. I get stressed out because I'm going to make a video. And then everybody in the chat gets stressed out because they're a fan of hers or they're a fan of the player you're talking about. Google AI is fake news then. Why the hell would you use Google AI? What are you talking about? Are you fucking kidding me? You used Google AI. Really? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, chat. We've come to this. Your source is Google AI. What are we doing? What have we done? What have we done, chat? What is going on? One of the most unreliable sources of all time. That's crazy. That is crazy. The same Google AI that said, hey, Hurkacz is being coached by somebody who he wasn't. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, God. Oh, God. Anyways. The same Google AI that says underneath, AI, artificial intelligence can make mistakes. Come on. You can't be using that for your news. That's insane. That's crazy. Actually crazy. Come on now. You do realize that that's sources from like I've seen a news come through that's based on like somebody just saying a quote on like their Facebook page. Like just making a statement that was super untrue. Being like, oh, this has happened. Or speculations. Like, it's like, that is one of the most unreliable ways to find out anything. Especially news. It's like, it's going to source from like 5 years ago when she withdrew from something else. Like, what do you mean? That is... And then you had the audacity to come into the chat and say that this has happened. That is crazy. You didn't even do your own research. And that... I can't believe it. I can't believe you've done this. Anyways, Tien's on the board, 3-1. Crazy. You know the thing is as well, chat, which is kind of funny, is that Google AI is probably taking things that I say on stream and putting it into, like, its answers, right? Like, I say that, if I say, hey, Eala shouldn't play Cincinnati, Google AI might hear that and go, oh, she's not playing Cincinnati. Blech. Right? I mean, a discussion that we have about somebody in the tennis world could be picked up and used through AI, through Google AI. That could happen. That happens, right? That could happen. So, again, another reason not to use it for like fact. Like, you know what I mean? Because we're speculating on that stuff until we get real confirmation. So you gotta remember that too. Anyways, Swiatek hits it out. We got a bagel. What the fuck? Let's relax and start watching this. 1540. That's how AI actually works. Yeah, exactly, right? All right, set points. Eala's playing Cincy. Doesn't matter. We're not here for her right now. We're gonna get that next week. 1540. Now back to the match. That's it. Set points for Svitolina to take us to a third. Serve. Into the point of Svitolina. Return goes out. Swiatek saves one. 30-40. 30-40. Tien is down a break in the second as well. Shelton trying to get it done. We still got Gauff versus Raducanu. Ooh, that's going to be fun. Anyway, Swiatek survives. Deuce, good serving. Google AI was based on the 2025 withdrawal. Yeah, and I've had that. Look, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it. One last thing. I've asked, did so-and-so withdraw? And it has cited sources from last year, right? It's gone back to yeah, they withdrew in 2025. And you're like, oh, no, I meant now. It does do that. Again, unreliable, not worth. It's such a bad use of. It's just not a good idea. Just go and look, you got to get to the source of where the information is coming from. You can't be lazy like that, you know? Especially when you're telling me, because I do all those things. I go and, where is this coming from? And then try and find it. But if you're throwing at me, you got to have some sort of, evidence. Anyway, Swiatek gets another winner, back to deuce. It's not true. It's never been true. And unless Dutchy says it's not true. Dutchy is better, is the Tennis Talk AI, but in real form, like a real person. So if Dutchy doesn't say it's not true. Dutchy over Google AI. All right, deuce. As we get a serve now from Swiatek. Into the backhand of Svitolina. Forehand Swiatek. She saved 3 set points already. As with a slice from Svitolina. Swiatek backhand to the slice of Svitolina. Swiatek. Forehand again to the back of Svitolina. Into the forehand Swiatek. Svitolina. Forehand is long and it's advantage Swiatek. As Shelton with a smash. Tien gets it back. Shelton with a forehand slice. Tien passing shot winner. Wow, what a shot by Tien. Still down though for 40-30. All right, 40-30. And advantage Swiatek to get on the board, and she does. All right, Swiatek holds, but it's 5-1 Svitolina in the second. All right, thanks for the double stream. No worries. I'm glad we get to watch all these matches, and we've still got one more match to go. Shelton holds. He's up 4-1 in the second. He is crushing Tien at the moment. I was refused planning by council, and I appealed to inspectorate granted. I'll be honest, that sounds like a text message you were supposed to send somebody else. I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're saying. I think that you were was that like you were supposed to send that to your wife? It was in the chat. You wrote in the chat. Sorry. Congrats, though, I guess. Good. Congratulations. Love 15 as the return goes in the forehand of Svitolina. Backhand from Swiatek into the forehand of Svitolina as Swiatek slices it back. Svitolina, inside out forehand winner, 15-0. 15-0. Beautiful winner by Svitolina. All right, 15-all. As Svitolina, good serve, 30-15. A bit of fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the back end of Swiatek, forehand from Svitolina. Into the forehand Swiatek. Svitolina, forehand again to the forehand Swiatek. Svitolina gets the point. Swiatek shanks it long, and it's set points again for Svitolina to take us to a third. But remember, chat, the person who wins the first set in this matchup wins the match. 7 out of 7. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Also remember that Shelton's never beaten Tien. So this is becoming very impressive by Shelton. As it back in Swiatek in the back of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand. is long. We're going 3, baby. Svitolina with a clenched fist takes the second 6-1, and we're going 3. I'll tell you, Svitolina at the end of the first was starting to become really, really competitive. Even though she was down like 5-1, it was really, really bad. She started to show some signs, and she's carried that into the second set and run away with it. And now we're going 3. Let's see if Swiatek can regroup. Shelton, by the way, just smashed into the back of the court. And after an amazing lob from Tien. Well, Shelton could have really busted up his leg there. That's lucky. He's lucky that he didn't. Geez, Shelton went running. I mean, that was a risky shot to go for. Oh, he's cut himself up, Shelton. He's cut up his elbow by smacking it on the wall. Damn, that's a risky move by Shelton. Svitolina, 11 winners, 7 errors in the second set. 5 winners and 17 errors by Swiatek. I think the one break point against Svitolina on serve as well. That's a great set of tennis from Svitolina. Really turned it around. All right, Tien hits a 4-hand winner. It's 30 love. I think Coco would beat Svitolina in the final if they both make it the way they are both playing right now. We'll have to wait until... We haven't seen Gauff for a few days, so... ask me that during the next match if Svitolina wins this. Because I can see Gauff in the flesh then, because we haven't been able to watch Coco. We didn't watch Coco yesterday, right? All right. All right, Shelton just getting some repair on his elbow. And he's just cut up his elbow when he ran into the wall. He just kind of busted it. All right. I think Swiatek's going to the bathroom, so we just got a bit of a break. Shelton's just cut up his elbow. It's his left elbow too, but it's nothing serious. He's just got to tape it up and stop the bleeding. All right, Swiatek's just gone to the bathroom while we wait for her to reappear. I think Shelton's also busted up his fingers. So he's getting some treatment on his fingers as well. Yeah, his fingers. His fingers have... he must have smacked his hand as well. All right. We're just waiting for Swiatek to come back. Svitolina's talking to a coach. Shelton's getting some treatment on a cut. After running into the wall. Like, actually running into the wall. So, yeah. So, here we are. But momentum shift big time in favor of Svitolina right now. It's been a pretty quick match considering the score. So Shelton's getting medical timeout. And the crowd are trying to entertain themselves. There is a rule that if you do bleed... Oh, he cut in between his fingers too. That's painful. If you are bleeding, you have to get treatment. Like the umpire calls the doctor. So, because you can't be bleeding all over the court and it gets slippery and then you could, fall over and, So, yeah, I don't know if it's it's almost like a forced medical timeout. Like, you can't even decide you have to take one. Like, it's on. That's why, the final of the US Open, when Raducanu took that medical timeout back in 21, everyone lost their minds. She was bleeding. So the umpire calls the timeout, right? The umpire's like, yeah, you're not bleeding in my court. Medic! Medic! Blood everywhere. Get this shit sorted. Clean up on center court. All right. Swiatek lost momentum last few rounds. Yeah. Swiatek will be back. She trained for it with Roige. Well, Roige isn't there, which I find super weird that he's not there. But then maybe he didn't make the trip because he has an Achilles injury. And less travel, the better, because it's must not be easy wearing a moon boot around the world. Is Shelton the favorite for the Open after Sinner, Zverev, and Djokovic? Maybe. Just trying to think. Zverev, Djokovic, Sinner, Fritz? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, probably you put Shelton ahead of Fritz, right? I mean, if Shelton wins this, it's probably a no-brainer that he is the fourth favorite. Medvedev? I know Medvedev's not playing well, though, but, I mean, maybe you put Medi ahead of Shelton because Medi's done it before. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. All right, Shelton's just getting the last little bit of treatment before he comes back out on court with, so this is what happened, right? Tien hit a beautiful lob, and Shelton was running to the back to get it back, to retrieve it, and he slammed into the back wall, which is basically just television screens, and he's cut up his elbow and he's cut up his hand. So he's just kind of like run into the wall as he tried to retrieve it. And now he's just getting some treatment. All right. Swiatek serving first, the final set. Who you got, chat? Who you got? I'm going to still go with Swiatek in 3, but she's got to get off to a good start in this final set. She has to hold early in this final set. She cannot, if she goes down a break now, it's good luck. Return is a winner by Svitolina. Love 15. Love 15. Svitolina, by the way, 14 wins, 2 losses this year in 3 setters. She is dominating in the 3rd set. Swiatek 6 and 7. That's not a meme. All right, backhand to the forehand of Swiatek. Swiatek gets it out. Oh, no. Love 30. We're still waiting for Shelton to come back. Love 30. Swiatek already in trouble. As a return, goes in or goes out by Svitolina. That would have been tough. Just missed. 30-15. Sorry, 15-30. 15-30. Shelton back on court. It's 30 love Tien. Can Shelton withdraw? No. Why would he withdraw? He just got to scratch. He's fine. All right, 4-4 rally. Svitolina. Again to the forehand of Swiatek. Up the line to the back of Svitolina. Swiatek. Backhand up the line is a winner. 30-all. Nice shot by Iga. Shelton comes in net with a volley winner. 30-15. Tien. We got Gauff taking on Rybakina straight after this match between Swiatek and Svitolina. All right, Swiatek serves the forehand of Svitolina. Forehand from Swiatek. Again to the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand in the net. 30-40. Svitolina to break. First game of the third. All right, as the return goes in, the forehand Swiatek, backhand from Svitolina. Into the forehand Swiatek. Svitolina gets it back. Cross court, the forehand Swiatek. Svitolina. Forehand again. Into the forehand Swiatek. Svitolina again with the forehand. As Swiatek up the line. Svitolina back on the stretch. Swiatek comes in with a drive volley winner. Ooh, that was close. She puts it away though. Deuce. Shelton's got a break point to go 5-1 and serve for the match. All right, deuce. You're just waiting for Swiatek to miss. I think that's what Svitolina was trying to do too. All right, 30-40, Shelton. As we get a fault from Tien, second serve. And Swiatek comes to the net again. Lob goes up by Svitolina, but Swiatek runs back. Hits a forehand. Svitolina gets it back. Into the forehand Swiatek, who overhits an advantage Svitolina. As Shelton is back at deuce, and Shelton just looking at his hand, making sure that everything's still going well. All right. Advantage Svitolina. Another chance to break. To start the third. As a forehand from Tien on the stretch. Forehand from Shelton, the forehand Tien. Into the back of Shelton as Tien gets his backhand. Into the back of Shelton up the line. Good shot. Tien gets it back. Shelton drop shot. Tien's going to get it. And hit it back up the line for a winner. Beautiful shot from Tien. Advantage for Tien. As with a backhand from Svitolina goes short. Swiatek up the line. Svitolina passed in the net. Deuce. Swiatek survives. Swiatek survives. All right. Shelton is up 4-2. Tien holds as that goes wide by Svitolina. Advantage Swiatek. All right, advantage. Is it a fault second serve? Second serve. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Svitolina hits it out. All right. Swiatek holds. Big hold for Iga. 1-love. 1-0 in the third. Shelton, he's down love 15. Great serve, though. Then he comes in with a forehand winner. 15-all. All right, 15-all. Shelton trying to get this done. Make the final of Canada again. Shelton serves. Into the back end of Tien. Shelton with the forehand of the forehand of Tien on the stretch. Shelton with the drop with the slice. He tried to hit a drop shot. Doesn't need to. And then he puts away the smash. Shelton. 30-15. 30-15. All right. Svitolina. 15-love. Shelton hand is really bothering him. Yeah, he keeps looking at it because it's bleeding. So he doesn't it's a weird, and it's probably sweat as well. He's like all sweaty, so he's probably thinking, is it blood or sweat that's like dripping off his hand? And also maybe it stings because of the sweat too, right? As Swiatek puts it away, 15-all. Shelton serves again into the back of the Tien, back into Shelton. Into the back end of Tien as Shelton hits a slice. Tien slices it back. Shelton forehand inside out. It's a good shot. Tien gets it back again. Shelton forehand inside in. Tien gets that back too. As Shelton forehand up the line. Back in again from Tien as Shelton forehand goes again. The forehand of Tien. Now Tien in control. Shelton's in trouble. As Svitolina gets to 30-15 with an ace. As that goes in net by Shelton. 30-all. All right, 30-all. Big trouble now for Shelton. All right, 30-15. Swiatek up the line at the back of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand again at the back of Svitolina. Swiatek backhand up the line into the Svitolina forehand. Swiatek in control. Svitolina pass. And the volley in the net by Swiatek. 40-15. Svitolina just hangs on to points. She hangs in the rally long enough until you eventually make an error. All right, 30-all Shelton. Big point. He tries to keep that break. Serving to the back of the Tien. Return goes out. 40-30 Shelton. 40-30. All right, back to Swiatek and Svitolina. Svitolina in the net. 40-30. All right, 40-30. As we forehand now to the forehand of Svitolina. Up the line of the backhand of Swiatek. Shelton holds 5-2. Swiatek hits it out, and it's 1-all. Svitolina's on the board. All right, Shelton, 5-2, 1 game away from the final. All right. Shelton's just getting some more treatment because he must be bleeding again on his hand. Yeah, the hand's bothering him more than the elbow. All right, Swiatek, 1-all. What a match. And we still got another match to go. They'll be starting late, though. Probably like 10:30. Maybe even 11. Closer to 11. As that goes out by Svitolina. And it's 15-love. But you know that they're going to play tonight. Like, Gauff and Raducanu don't want to come back tomorrow. If they can avoid it. Like, as if we want to come back tomorrow and play 2 matches. No chance. No chance. Even if it gets close to 11 and there's that rule, there's no way they're going to try it. They're going to push it tomorrow. Unless it rains. And then they will. But there's no chance that they're going to choose to play tomorrow. That's crazy. Forehand goes wide by Swiatek, 15-all. All right, Shelton just getting some more treatment so he can get through the next game. And just try and win this. All right, 15-all. As with a forehand rally. And that goes in the net by Svitolina. 30-15. Swiatek serves again. And the default second serve. As the return goes backhand of Swiatek, backhand from Svitolina. Into the back of Swiatek up the line of the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek. Forehand goes wide. 30-all. Oh, shit. 30-all. Tien's at 15-all. And that goes out by Shelton on the return. 30-15. All right, serve out wide is a fault by Swiatek. By the way, lovely drop shot by Tien, 40-15. All right, 30-all Swiatek, second serve. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to like the video as well if you haven't already. As that goes out by Svitolina on the return, 40-30. All right, Svitolina just looking up at the sky, like, what the hell happened there? All right, 40-30. As we had a point of Swiatek cross court into the point of Svitolina. Swiatek up the line of the back of Svitolina. And Swiatek backhand goes in the Svitolina forehand. Swiatek off the tape. Svitolina pass. Swiatek volley in the net. Deuce. All right. Shelton serving for the match to play Nakashima tomorrow. And we'll be watching that. As with a slice from Shelton going into the backhand of Tien. Shelton backhand into the backhand of Tien. Just going cross court at the moment as Tien hits a forehand up the line. Shelton can't get it. Love 15. All right. Deuce as Swiatek serves. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Return to the forehand of Swiatek. Svitolina. Again to the forehand of Swiatek. Svitolina again with a forehand to the forehand of Swiatek, who goes up the line. Now Svitolina with the backhand on the stretch. Swiatek. Cross court backhand. Svitolina slices it back. Swiatek comes in there with the forehand cross court. Svitolina pass. But Swiatek volleys it away. I'll tell you, angles. The angles that were used in that rally. And eventually, and by the way, what a gutsy move for Swiatek, because she just missed the volley. She missed out in the last point. But to come to the net and then put it away this time. All right, advantage Swiatek. As Shelton gets the 30-15 with a big forehand. 2 points away, Shelton, from back-to-back Canada finals. 30-15. All right, Swiatek serves. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Back in Swiatek to the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek hits it long. We get the deuce. Shelton serves an ace. And he's got match points. I tell you, Shelton this week has been a beast. He has been a beast. He beats Fonseca. He takes out Menchik. And now he's about to take out Tien. It sucks that he's not playing Hodar in the final. It would have been so fun to see him play that whole generation in one go, but he'll play Nakashima if he gets this serve in. He serves out wide, but it's a fault. Second serve. Second serve is a double fault. 40-30. The hell, man? I just did that whole thing and built up that point, and he double faulted. Anyways, volley from Swiatek's a winner. And it's advantage Swiatek. All right. Match point number 2, Shelton. To make the final. He serves. The return goes into the forehand of Shelton. Shelton up the line goes wide. Deuce. Match point saved. Deuce. Swiatek with advantage. She's just trying to get the lead. Backing up the line to the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek back in again, the forehand of Svitolina. As we get a forehand from Swiatek again, up the line to the backhand of Svitolina. Swiatek backhand goes into the Svitolina forehand. As now Swiatek forehand cross court is good. No? No, it was wide. It was wide. Deuce. Umpire said wide. Shelton's got a third match point. Let's see what he can do now. Match point number 3 for Shelton. To get it done. Also, I think it's 10. Is it 10 o'clock local time in... It's 10 o'clock, right? Serve. Into the forehand of Tien. Return. Goes long. Shelton wins. Back-to-back finals in Canada. And he's going to take on Nakashima tomorrow. Tien wasn't 100%. He had that elbow issue and it was clearly affecting him. But Shelton also had his issue when he ran to the wall. So, like, actually, he didn't, like, not just like a metaphorical wall. He ran into the actual back of the wall, like the back fence. And he points and he bashes himself in the arm. And Shelton playing to the crowd now, pointing to the ear. He's doing all those things. All right, Shelton's in the final against Nakashima. We're going to be watching that one tomorrow. Good win by Shelton. He's beaten Fonseca, Tien, and Menchik all in straight sets. And they're all the next generation. So he's just holding the, you know what, kids? Just wait a second. This is still my 1,000, all right? I'm going to win back-to-back 1,000s, all right? Which, again, that's very rare. A lot of players haven't won 2 1,000s. Like, look at, we can name them all, but we won't right now. We'll do it tomorrow. Anyways, we're going to merge the streams. If you want to keep watching, jump on over. And we're going to keep watching this Swiatek-Svitolina match, which is just getting started in this final set. And then we got Coco versus Raducanu as well. So jump on over if you want to keep watching the matches. But yeah, nice win by Shelton. Gets it done. Straight sets, 2 and 3. And he is into the final of Canada again. All right. And that is that. No more doubleheaders. Done. Doubleheaders are done. And now we can focus on one match and one match only. And then the next match, and that's it. So, a good win by Shelton. He loves playing here. He loves playing in Canada. By the way, he did break out at this time, like 4 years ago when he beat Rude in Cincy. Remember that? So he does love this time of year. And then he made the semis of the US Open, right? I mean, he loves this time of the year. He does love playing this part of the season. All right. Swiatek, 2-1, final set. The next match is going to be a late one. They're going to stay up late. They are going to be up late. By the way, somebody in the Raducanu chat is trying to advocate for lucky losers in the middle of the tournament. Bencic pulls out. Eala should be able to play. Hey, look, it's not a bad idea, but also, like, you know, I don't think the players, if you lose, right? I mean, I don't think the players are, you know, it is what it is. All right, 15 love. Svitolina serving at 2-1, 1-2 down. Svitolina serves. It's a nice serve. 30 love. 30 love. All right, serve again. All right, 30 love. Svitolina struggled against Iga in Rome and then beat Coco as well. Yeah. The commentators are also mentioning Eala. Why? Why? The only thing that Eala has to do with this match is that she's beaten both these players. All right, serve into the back into Swiatek. Back in out from Svitolina. Into the back of Swiatek. Svitolina forehand, cross court. Goes wide, 30-15. 30-15. All right, 30-15. All right, we got a fault, second serve. All right, second serve. Into the back of Swiatek, forehand from Svitolina. Into the back of Swiatek up the line. Is Svitolina forehand. Again to the back of Swiatek. Cross court in the back of Svitolina. And Swiatek comes in there with the backhand winner. And it's 30 all. Lovely shot by Swiatek. 30 all. All right, 30 all. That was a great inside-out backhand winner. Did the Bombers play tonight? I don't know. I don't even know if they're still playing anymore. I think it's over, right? I haven't been paying attention for weeks. That's not true. I've been crying for weeks. A 4-4 rally. That goes up the line to the back of Svitolina. 4 from Swiatek in the net. And it's 40-30 Svitolina. 40-30 just to keep things going. $40-30. What are we watching next? We're watching Gauff versus Raducanu. All right, first serve, the fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the back in Swiatek, back in Svitolina. To the back in Swiatek, Svitolina up the line. Swiatek gets it back. And then Svitolina up the line to the back in Swiatek, back in Svitolina again. And Swiatek keeps it to the back in Svitolina. Swiatek back in up the middle. Svitolina in control. Swiatek forehanders. Svitolina gets it back to the forehand. Swiatek forehand from Svitolina again. Swiatek goes up the line. Svitolina gets it back with her backhand. Swiatek forehand again to the back of Svitolina. Swiatek slices it in the net. It's 2-0. Svitolina holds. And the crowd appreciate that rally. By the way, a lot of Ukrainian flags flying around. There's a lot of Ukrainian flags. All right. 2-0, final set. Let's see if Swiatek can keep the lead. Hasn't been convincing. All right. Swiatek serves. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Return goes to the forehand of Swiatek. Swiatek gets wide. Love 15. Another miss by Swiatek. Love 15. She serves the fault. Second serve. Second serve into the forehand of Svitolina. Return the back to Swiatek. Svitolina. Forehand again to the back of Swiatek. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek. Forehand again to the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek goes with the forehand again. Cross court. Svitolina gets it. Forehand again from Swiatek. Svitolina gets that as well, but overhits it. 15-all. 15-all. Canada has been one of the largest Ukrainian populations outside of Ukraine and Russia. Really? Okay. Didn't know that. All right. 15-all. Toronto, by the way, well, it has a lot of Filipinos. It sounds like Melbourne. We got a lot of different communities from all around the world here. I mean, I've been to Toronto, but I only was there for a couple of days. As we had a forehand from Swiatek into the forehand of Svitolina. Forehand from Swiatek again, the forehand of Svitolina. As Swiatek hits the tape, goes wide. 15-30. By the way, chat, we've got to get to 1,000 likes. We can get to 1,000 likes. This is a semi-final of a 1,000. This is 2 top 10 players. Swiatek's yelling at her coaches. I don't know what she said, but she said something very aggressively. I don't know what she said. I don't speak Polish. 15-30. Serving to the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek backhand to the back of Svitolina. Swiatek backhand goes wide. She tried to go up the line. 15-40. 15-40. Svitolina to get the break in the final set. Almost 2 hours played. I've been to Poland. I've been to Poland. I've been there. I did go there. I went to Warsaw for a couple of days. All right, return goes into the forehand. Swiatek up the line at the back of Svitolina. Swiatek, forehand winner. Back behind Svitolina. It's 30-40. Still break point. Still break point. All right, serve again. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Return that goes in the forehand. Swiatek. That's a winner by Swiatek up the line. Deuce. You've been everywhere. Been to a few places. All right, deuce. Swiatek survives. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand goes long. Advantage Svitolina. Advantage Svitolina to break in the final set. Serve again. As the return goes wide by Svitolina, Swiatek survives. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. And a bit of fault, second serve. As a return from Svitolina goes to forehand Swiatek. Svitolina. Forehand again to the forehand Swiatek. Into the forehand Svitolina, and Svitolina hits a long. Advantage Swiatek to keep the lead. All right. The Polish crowd are getting loud now. All right. Bit of fault, second serve. As the return goes into the back into Swiatek. Forehand from Svitolina. That's a great shot. Swiatek slices back. Goes long. Back to deuce. I don't know about you, Chad, but this feels like a very important game. All right, deuce. Deuce. As with a fault, second serve. Cincinnati starts tomorrow. Not in 2 days. All right, serve again. Into the backhand of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand to the back of Svitolina. Cross court the back of Swiatek. Up the line from Iga. Goes into the forehand of Svitolina. And then Swiatek in control here. Another forehand goes long though by Swiatek. And Svitolina gets another break point. Advantage Svitolina. This is featured on YouTube? Yes. Let's go. Featured again, baby. All right, advantage. Svitolina to get the break. Serve. Nope. Serve. The left. No, see you later, Ashley. There's a fault second serve. Second serve. Into the back of Svitolina. Return the back to Swiatek, who hits it in the net. There's the break. Svitolina. You felt like it was going to happen, right? You felt like the Swiatek was hanging on, and eventually Svitolina was going to get a chance and take it, and she did. It's been a long final set. Already 43 minutes for this final set. That can't be real. That's a fake. That's a lie. That's not real. That's not real. Can't be real. Maybe that's including the bathroom break. All right. 4. Sorry, not 4. 2. What is it? 3-2. 3-2. All right. How we doing, chat? How we doing? We're still got another match after this, so let's make sure you get ready. I'll tell you, Svitolina might be having the best season of her career, because this has been... She's already made a couple of 1,000 finals. She's won a 1,000 already. I mean, she is... Besides the Grand Slams, it sucks that she didn't do well at Wimbledon, or that she didn't. She might do well at the US, but she has had a great year. She has been on fire this year. Guy has a sign. Anyways, let's see if she can keep it going. 3-2. She gets the break. They're playing Michael Jackson in the crowd. I'm watching from the Mall of Asia in the Philippines. Really? Is that a thing? Mall of Asia? Never heard of that in my life. What is that? I'm guessing it's a mall. Mall of Asia. So I have to go there? If I go to the Philippines? Whoa. Okay. Oh, you've got one of those giant globes like they do at the US Open. That's so cool. Is that the same place? Love 15. Love 15. There's a forehand from Swiatek, the backhand of Svitolina. Svitolina in the net. Love 30. Love 30. Cam, you're nearing a third of a million subscribers. Yeah, I know, right? We just got to get to 1 million. Love 30. As the return goes back into Svitolina. Forehand from Swiatek. Again to the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek gets the point. Svitolina hits it out again. Love 40. Swiatek to break straight back. Love 40. We've still got another match after this. How are we going to handle it? As the return goes in the forehand of Svitolina, Swiatek. Forehand again into the forehand of Svitolina. Svitolina hits a winner, 15-40. You know what I was thinking today, Chad? I was like, I'll probably get a bit done by like midday. It's 20 past midday right now. I'm here all fucking day. Forehand winner. I thought I'd be outside by now. What the hell's going on? Lucky it's raining at my house, so I don't need to go outside, but it's fine. We're going to be here till like 3 p.m. 4-4 rally. Swiatek tries to break back. Up the line at the back of Svitolina. Swiatek. Backhand goes in. Svitolina gets it back. Swiatek comes to the net. Svitolina lob. Swiatek with a smash. Is a winner. We're back on serve. What a clash. This feels like a big, big match of the year. This feels like it might be a match of the year. It's just been such a crazy... It feels like Swiatek was out of it. After that second set, it's like, oh no, here we go. She fights back. All right. Let's see if she can take the lead again. Swiatek. Serving to the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand in the middle. Svitolina gets it back. Swiatek back on the stretch. Into the back of Svitolina. Swiatek back it again. The back of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand on the stretch again. Svitolina on the attack. Forehand to forehand. And Swiatek goes up the line and long. Love 15. Love 15. All right, serve again. As the return goes short in the back of Swiatek. Great angle by Iga. Cross-court winner, 15-0. 15-0. Beautiful backhand. This is a semi-final. This is a proper semi-final. Serve again. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand again to the forehand of Svitolina. And Swiatek gets backhand cross-court. Into the back of Svitolina. Swiatek on the stretch. Svitolina goes up the line. Swiatek forehand goes in the net. 15-30. 15-30. Svitolina wants that break back. 15-30. Svitolina looks way more locked in. Like she wants to win this more at the moment. As a default second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Return goes out. 30-0. This feels like every point right now is so important. This feels so intense. 30-0. As a return, goes short. Swiatek comes in. Svitolina puts up a lob. And Swiatek with a smash. Oh, put it away. Woo! It was not the cleanest smash. It was it was very awkward. She hits a great angle though, but the way she hit it, that was very awkward looking. That could have gone anywhere. 40-30. That lady knew. She knew. She was got the same reaction of me. She wants to get 12 winners in this final set already. Damn. Serve. Into the back of Svitolina. Back into Swiatek up in the middle. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand inside out. Svitolina gets it back. And Swiatek backhand again. The back of Svitolina. Swiatek backhand up the line. Svitolina gets it back with the forehand cross court. Swiatek up the line. Forehand winner. What a rally! And Iga gets the lead. 4-3. Wow. The Polish fans are going nuts. Jeez, that was a crazy point. I thought it was with Svitolina with the angled backhand. I thought that was enough. But then Swiatek rockets it up the line and it's like, you know what? We're done. 4-3. They're playing some great tennis in this final set too. 4-3. Okay. Here we go. Iga is locked in, yeah. It's always, I mean, they're both so, it's super intense right now. Both of them is playing so intensely. I was loving this. Oh, this is great. This is what we wanted. These are the matches that we watch. We stay up for. These are the ones. And she goes with a big smile after hitting that shot. Yeah. All right. Pressure on Svitolina now. Because if she gets broken, it could be all over. And we got Raducanu versus Gauff straight after this. So another banger on the cards, hopefully. It's almost 11 o'clock. It's 10:30 p.m. local time. It's going to be a late finish. Maybe past midnight. I miss this quality from Iga. That's what's so good, right? It's great to see Swiatek playing this level. And, you know, and even when she got, you know, Svitolina put on some pressure, Swiatek didn't wilt, or hasn't wilted yet. So that's good. That's the Swiatek that we want to watch. You know, when challenged, she fights back. You know, she doesn't. And unfortunately, we've seen more so the last 12 months that when she's been challenged, she's sort of she has faded. She has sort of not been ready to fight back. But today, she's like, I'm ready. Let's go. Svitolina missed it. Love 15. Like, it's great to see Swiatek showing some grit. You know, really just sort of, not backing down. Serve. Into the forehand of Swiatek. Return goes in the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek. Forehand again to the forehand of Svitolina. Swiatek forehand on the stretch. Svitolina. Up the line. Swiatek gets it with the backhand. Svitolina. In the net! Oh no! Love 30. Swiatek, a little chance here. Love 30. Great defense from Swiatek that time. Love 30. As the return goes in, the back into Svitolina. Svitolina hits it out. Love 40, Swiatek. To get the break and serve the match. This might be her best win of the year if she gets it. It's up there. It's got to be up there. The way she wins. Not her best performance. That was the one against Pegula. But like, this has to be one, like, her best win of the season if she gets it. Serve. There's a double fault, and there's the break. Gift. And Swiatek's going to serve for the match to make the final of Canada. Has she won Canada before? No. I don't think she has. She's won a bunch of the other ones, but I don't think she's won Canada. And she still might not because, let's be honest, it's going to be a tough final. But how has she ever made the final of Canada? Is this her best performance here? Because it was notoriously she'd never do well between the US Open and Wimbledon. Like, around this time, she'd had some of her worst losses. If you look back at her history, she'd had some really weird losses. Like, she lost to Gauff at this time for the first time ever, right? Around this time. A few years back. She doesn't usually play well this time of year, Swiatek. So, I don't think she's made the final of Canada. All right, 5-3. As we're backing up the line and goes long by Svitolina. And it's 15 love. 15 love. I'll tell you though, if she wins this does win this tournament, she'll be so close to the Golden Masters, which is insane. She'll just need to win Wuhan and Dubai, and she's won the Golden Masters. I mean, nobody's talking about that. We are right now. 4-4 rally. As she goes up the middle, Swiatek to the forehand of Svitolina. Svitolina hits it wide. 30 love. So she's won Doha, India, Wales, Miami, Madrid, Italy. Rome. Italy. Same thing. She's won in Beijing, and she also won Cincinnati last year. So if she wins this, she's only got to win Dubai, where she's made the final, and Wuhan, which she's only played one time. And then it's Australian Open to complete the entire set. I mean, again, Chad, even when she was losing, she is the generational player. She is the player of this generation by stats. Look at the stats. She's doing things. She's doing some crazy shit. Anyways, 4-4 rally. Swiatek 2 points away. And then Svitolina in the net, make that 1 point. 40 love. 40 love. Iga Swiatek to make the final of Canada. For the first time in her career. She might just be almost back. Almost. Depends on the final. But she might almost be back. Serve is a fault. Second serve. And I'm saying it. This is her best win of the year. This is her greatest victory. The way she fought back after losing the break in the first games. She is... This is the best I've seen Swiatek mentally as she double faults. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Shut up. Shut up. I don't want to talk about it. 40-15. No. 40-15. It's match point number 2. All right? Relax. I don't want to hear it. Serve. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Return goes into the forehand of Swiatek. And Swiatek is a great shot. And Svitolina in the net. Swiatek raised her hands. And she's into the final. She's kind of back. I'm not going to claim it yet. She's not quite back, but she's on the way. She's got to win that final, and then she's back. She's got a massive smile. That's a huge win. That's Swiatek's win of the year. I don't care what you say. You can say Pegula versus Swiatek in Rome was better. It was better. But the way she won that match, Swiatek, she fought her ass off. Down a break in the third. The momentum was against her, and she looked like she was going to start to crack. Not to mention coming back against Svitolina, because remember, she'd lost to Svitolina twice this year. And Svitolina is one of the best players of the season. Swiatek, that's a huge win. Huge win. Probably the most impressive Swiatek's looked. Because we've seen her crumble under pressure at times in the last 12 months. She's been challenged and she's backed away. And she's like, I don't want to play this game. Tonight, she was like, I'm going to face this challenge. And she got the win. She won 6 of the last 7 games. I mean, she ran away with this set after that initial setback. Great fight from Iga. That's the Swiatek that we want to see. That's the one. That's the generational player that we all signed up for. We're going to find out who she's going to play, though. That's the next thing. Love that. Svitolina, by the way, great. Another great week. I mean, Svitolina's having a great season. And she'll go to Cincinnati with lots of confidence, obviously, but love that for Swiatek. She needed that win more, Swiatek. She needed that. Back from the dead. That's it. That's the Swiatek that's the one. That's her. That's the Swiatek that we know. Fighting back. And maybe that might be the catalyst for the rest of the year. That might be the win that changes her season. And she might, I'm not saying she's going to win the US Open, but that's a confidence kind of win that she might have needed to get herself in the WTA finals, because that's the real goal, right? Yeah, the US Open, that'd be amazing if she won that, but to get to the WTA finals, I think that's what she's trying to aim for. And that win is a huge confidence boost for that one. All right. Svitolina, look, she maybe ran out a little bit of gas, but you can't take anything away from Swiatek there, who she fought back. Because we've seen Swiatek fall apart in those situations. She loses the second set, and then the third set, she just completely falls off. Not today. Not today. Today was vintage. If you can call vintage Swiatek. If you can call it vintage. I mean, she's only 25. Or 24. Like, whatever. All right. Swiatek just talking to the interviewer. She's just saying that Svitolina's playing better than before. She's like, I had to be ready all the time. Cam very jealous about Iga wins. Why would I be jealous? That's a weird comment. Strange comment. Weird comment. Jealous? Jealous? How? I'm a Swiatek fan. Why are you attacking me?
Love your channel. I never listen to the TV announcers when you're on.
Hey, thank you, Morgan, for the 5. Appreciate that. No worries. Glad you like the channel. All right, they're just... She's saying, I've just been practicing volleys and they work today. What is that pirate voice? It's Captain. Captain Obvious. It's Captain Obvious. Everybody knows Captain Obvious. Right? And Swiatek saying this week's been real positive. All right, chat, we're going to go to the next stream. Jump on over. Yeah, Swiatek is just talking about how a team... It's like she won the tournament. They're doing a full-on interview. All right. Swiatek is through to the final of Canada for the first time. She made the final of almost every 1,000 now. Again, chat, if she wins this tournament... watch everybody start talking about Golden Masters, right? We've been talking about Golden Masters for fucking years! Don't you take that from us. 27 winners, 52 errors from Swiatek. 22 winners, 51 errors from Svitolina. So a lot of errors in that match. But that was mostly in the first couple of sets. It felt like after the first 2 sets, the third set was quality and was much, much stronger for both. Swiatek won 2 more points. That was the difference. Anyways, jump on over. We'll be back in about 5 minutes to watch the second semi-final and see who Swiatek's going to play in the final. But she wins it 6-3, 1-6, 6-3. Swiatek into the final of Canada.